Welcome to this video of World of Warships, my most 5 played premium ships for operations. Now, I will do honorable mentions between number 2 and number 1. And it's most of my most 5 ships played, right? Only the 5 I really like to play. Honorable mentions will be done, and I love to see your list as well. And so if you're interested, post it in the comments. Let's go with number 5. Number 5 is the Georgia. And the Georgia is an Iowa hull with sort of 4 or 6mm guns. She has 457mm guns. And that's call it a day. That's it. No, I'm joking. No, I'm not joking. She has Massachusetts secondaries. Massachusetts secondaries. She has the Bourgogne engine boost, and she has the Massachusetts heel. Now, this ship is currently not available in the armory. It used to be, but it's not anymore. Only way to obtain the Georgia is cheaper containers or center crates. Now, I don't judge, but in my opinion, your life is worth more than a pixel ship. So, and with inflation going on, and exactly groceries and stuff like that, it's more important than a pixel boat. That out of the way. Georgia is a very good ship for operations. She has T9, you get very funny things here. You can put a boost on it for extra credit farming, which I usually do, because credit farming is a really thing I like to do. I love to credit farm, and one of the good ways to credit farm is operations. But also, Georgia is a very fun ship to play in terms of the strengths with secondaries. One downside is it is an Iowa hull, so you have the Iowa weak spots. And sometimes if you get broadside, then you get a very nice citadel hit to your ship, and then you're like, oops, I didn't mean to do that. And with the bots in operations being so sniper accurate and always setting fires on you, yeah, you can tank, but you can't tank a lot. So yeah, you have no really good torpedo protection. You easily eat some, and then it's like so you have to be careful with that. Now, is Georgia a ship I would rate to a 10? No, I would not. Georgia for me is a solid 8 for operations, because you do have the good shares. You get as a secondaries, you get okayish guns. Sometimes you feel like you're not shooting anywhere, but no, it's not a 10. And I don't think there is a very 10 ship to play in operations, because every ship has a downside in operations, right? But she is a solid 8. If you play her well and you know her strengths and your weaknesses, you can really work with her. No hydro, so that's one thing that most American battleships do not have, except Indiana. No hydro. No radar at either. But you got good secondaries, you got good guns, and you got a very nice health, very nice health, and very nice heel, Massachusetts heel. We're going now to number 4. Number 4 is the Sibir. The Sibir is a Kremlin that was on the barbecue for too long, and managed to build a secondary ship out of it. So Sibir, you see it on the bottom. She has the F button. Yes, she has combat instructions. What they do is, the more secondary hits you get, the bar fills up, and then you have for 36 seconds, 35 seconds, 30% less main battery dispersion. So you get a buff to your main battery guns. That is fantastic, and you really need it because Sibir with the main guns sometimes, because you are secondary build, your shells are a little bit all over the place, and it shows. It shows. Now Sibir is a powerhouse. It really is, because she has the it's a Kremlin. You got the Russian bias stuff from there, but also operations. She is just enjoyable to play. You got for 113k health with the flag, I have to say. Normally you get 108k, 113k. I like her, and it's really a ship that, no, she's good. Again, she has 457mm guns. You got no torps, just like Kremlin. You got no hydro, just like Kremlin. But you got the normal damage control, and you got a heal that you can time. You can turn it off when you want and turn it off whenever you want. But not exactly when you want, because there is a timer. If you put it on, that's my phone dropping. If you turn it on, then you need to wait a few seconds before you can turn it off. And yeah. Now she's good in operations, she's good in asymmetric battles. I did some asymmetric battles with her and almost got 2k basic XP on there. So yeah, she's enjoyable to play. If I had to give it a ranking, I have to give it an 8 out of 10. Because you have some downsides. There are some downsides with the ship. You're long, you're a target, right? You see it on my screen. You are a target. You're the long boy, and a long boy isn't very good at dealing with AP shells incoming. But all of that can be neglected, because just put a power play, press F, and you hit secondals right back. Now, do I recommend this ship? No, because I recommend it, but I recommend it, but it's not obtainable right now, because it's from the 10th anniversary event. To people, I have a friend in America, in North American server, who I was like, you gotta buy the Sibir, it's a very good ship for you. He bought it and he was immediately fell in love with it. It is a fun ship to play. It's fun for prismatic battles. You have to be careful though, because yeah, every citadel hit you take is citadel damage, and you can't take too much, otherwise you die. Now we go to the top 3 of my number 3 on my list. Number 3 on the list is Belfast. Yes. Now, Belfast, looks like Georgia, not available right now. I don't know when it will be. Last time it was available was in the auction, I believe, and after that I didn't see her again. Belfast, so what is she? Well, she's a light cruiser. And you can get the Belfast 43. But this is not the 43. This is the T7 Belfast, which is the original Belfast, which is removed because it was too popular. Yes, that Belfast. The Belfast is literally I like to play it because, you know, 8-second reload on your guns, or somewhere around 8 seconds, 7.7 something like that, or 7.8 or something like that, and you just use your HE shells all the time. And you have good HE shells, you have HP, and you have smoke. You got hardware and you got radar. Yes. She is strong. Now, on operations, you don't want to take too much heat in the beginning, because unlike Belfast 43, you got no heal. And you got no torps. Rely on your guns, rely on your stealth. That's how Belfast plays in operations, that's how you play it. Don't do anything stupid, but I see some people do with Atlanta, for example, or Flint. They go on the front and then they die because that takes so much damage. Yeah, you don't do that in the early game. You do it in the late game when you can. Now in some operations you can do it early because you can heal, but like in Operation Cherry Blossom, you cannot heal unlike the mid section of the game where you have to push to the island and the regiments are already done. Then you get the Midway or the Lexington and then Bunker Hill and stuff, and they're like, okay, you can heal. In Ultimate Frontier you can heal. In Aegis you cannot. In Aegis you don't want to be up in the front, you want to be in the midsection of the team. You want to be firing, but you don't want to be spotted too much. You can be spotted, but be sure that you stand somewhere safe that you can easily go to if things get too heated. Now, how you play this in operations is a little bit. You play as an HE spammer, and you fire DDs and you kill DDs and you kill cruisers and you fire HP on the battleships and set fires and everything moves. Rating is an 8 out of 10 because Belfast really has few downsides. No armor, so you get easily killed if you don't pay attention to your map. All operations. Light armored, so yes, that again you die easily, you take easily damage and you have to deal with it somehow. Very maneuverable though, very fast propulsion stuff. You can easily move out of the way and go back to it. That's how I like my Belfast, you know. Be stealthy, be moving and be accurate. Sometimes you will see that the Belfast is a little bit of a joke to you. Sometimes you get the shells that don't work at all, or sometimes you get shells that really work. I like that because you need to adjust. You need to adjust. That's how that you need to adjust everything. I like it. It's a fun ship to play. Sometimes it just get wonky, but overall she's accurate and she's very playable. She's very much enjoyable. Now again, would I get her in the City Center crates and aim for her? No, because it's expensive. And food is more important than a pixel boat. Number 2 is the Kushiro. And that's not a ship you thought you see on this list. But here she is, number 2, Kushiro. I like the Kushiro so much. It's such a good ship to play, it's such a fun ship to play. She's fast, she's agile, and she has the superior Japanese high explosive shells. Because it's a Japanese ship, of course. So you need that. Light armored. If you take little damage, yeah, you're gone. Just like every other Japanese ship you play with light armor, just like Tago, Mogami and stuff like that. But God, she's so good to play, she's fun to play, I like her. Very, very nice torps, very workable torps. Yes, she has crawling smoke from the Italians, so full speed ahead you can smoke yourself. She got hydro, she got spotter, and she got heal. Trust me, the hydro and heal you need it because operations, everything is tops almost. Yes, it's fun to play. It's such a good ship, it's such a nice ship. I like her. The first time I picked the ship up from, she's not available right now, so by the way, she is from the 10th anniversary. For 10,000 tokens you could get her. I got 250 ship containers and this ship, so you can imagine how much ships I have in the game. Close to 500. And this ship was, the ship I picked it up and I went to operations. I didn't even went to co-op, I went straight to operations. So I was like, I'm gonna try this shit out. And she worked! And she was amazing and I liked it and I fell in love with the ship and then I didn't play anymore. I could play but not the ship. Until recently, where I was like, damn, I've got to play the Kushiro again. yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I stopped playing her. I don't know. I was grinding out different lines at the same time, so maybe I was constantly grinding out the other lines I was playing. But yeah, the Kushiro is. I never regret the ship. It's a fun ship to play. It's nice, good torps. Torps do almost 24k damage. So yeah. Now you have to be careful with Kushiro because she's fast and she's agile enough. You're light armored. You're vulnerable to HE spam, you're vulnerable to AP spam. So you have to be careful. Now, only if you show broadside though with the AP shells, otherwise I don't think you take too much damage. But you might. Yeah, otherwise we're gonna talk about the Kushiro. Yeah, she's very vulnerable. If you show broadside, you know. Gameplay wise and operations, yeah, she's fun to play. She's stealthy. You're at 10.1 kilometers detection range. This is when you get spotted, so you're stealthy. You can bring it down to 7.7 if you use the quelling. If you use the smoke generator, it's not quelling. It's not. Is it quelling? I don't believe it's quelling. No, Haida has quelling. Anyway, yeah, it's just fun to play, and yeah, you get a lot of fights with if she shells. She's fun to play with that as well. AP shells, not so much. You're more of an HC spammer than an AP spammer, in my experience. But yeah, she's fun to play. Now, before I go to number one, we're going to do some honorable mentions. One of the honorable mentions is the Jean Bart. Jean Bart is a French battleship. It is a Richelieu, just sort of Richelieu, and she is so nice to play. She is 24 kilometers range, the Jean Bart. Has a reload booster. The only thing I have an issue with Jean Bart is, I don't know if it's me or if it's, but sometimes I aim at the citadel of a ship and then you get 4 overpens and 2 normal pens and you're like, okay, I don't know why that is happening, but it's happening. It's not consistent, but it's happening a few times here and then, and I'm like, oh, don't know what I can do better there. It happens sometimes. It's fun. This is a fun ship to play. It's nice to play. You can get her right now for Black Friday. The original Jean Bart is not available, and that's okay. Second honorable mention is gonna be the Alaska. The Alaska is an American Tier 9 cruiser, also not available right now, but it's available for Black Friday right now. Not the normal one. It is not. Alaska is a 205 gun millimeter, 200 millimeter gun Tier 9 cruiser with radar and hydro. Accurate guns. Yeah, it's just fun to play in operations. Good credit farmer for it as well. The only thing I dislike about Alaska is, yeah, she's long. It's a long ship, just like the Kronstadt. The Kronstadt is also a long ship. It's a long boy, or a long girl, I must say. It's a girl. It's a long girl, and yeah, that's one of the things that you have to be careful with. You're a big target on there, and yeah, that's one thing to be careful of, because you also have a very vulnerable citadel. After Alaska. Now my last honorable mention is difficult for me, because I like so many ships, but one honorable mentions, it has to be the Tirpitz. It has to be. Because the Tirpitz, oh my god, do I love the Tirpitz. Yeah, I do. Tirpitz is just such a nice German battleship. Secondary range, you've got 6 kilometer torps, which are operations not that useful, but if you get close enough and you have to use them, damn, you do some damage with them. And what I also like about the Tirpitz, it's one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite ships in real life as well. Just like the Bismarck, the Prince Eugen, Apple Hippo, Akagi, Kaga, Shinano, Shogaku, Suzukaku, Z1, Z2. I like all of them. I like the Krafzeppelin as well. Blücher. Yeah, I like all of them. And Scharnhorst is now also on there. And I really, the first premium ship I got was I bought 4 or 5. But the first premiums I have, I can remember, is the Tirpitz, the Kaga, the Prince Eugen, Atago. I don't know the other one, but that was one of my most premiums I bought when I played World of Warships. Not immediately though, because it is a trap fall. The Tirpitz, but it is a trap for early players. I didn't play it early on. I did play it when I was like over my tier 6 or 7, I believe, which is still not recommended. But anyway, I was confident enough. Which is not really good sometimes, but hey, what can you do? So yeah, that's my most honorable mentions. Then the last honorable mention is the Odin. And the Odin is just like, it's a battlecruiser, right? And you're like, yeah, but Citan is also exists. Yeah, it does, but Citan is Citan. It's not premium, so no boosted echo. Yeah, the Odin is fun. But I prefer my Tirpitz. Odin is one big deal, was one big improvement over the Tirpitz though. Tirpitz has no hydro, Bismarck has hydro, or all Bismarck has hydro as well. Odin has hydro, Tirpitz does not. Tirpitz has torps instead of hydro. Oh, the Odin has both, torps and hydro. Now, my last number 1. Before I do the number 1, I forgot to give a ranking to Kushiro. And Kushiro is a 9 out of 10. Now the number 1 ship is the Anhalt. And you're like, you're insane. Anhalt? Yeah, the Anhalt. German battlecruiser. I love my Anhalt so much. Anhalt is just a nice battlecruiser to play in operations. It's just that oomph you really need in operations with the guns. You don't build a secondary, you build her for main battery. That's how I like Anhalt is such a nice ship to play. It's just a powerhouse of a ship. It's exactly what you get. With 5 to 105mm guns, torps that are 6 km, bow and aft, yeah. And it's just so nice. It's a nice ship. It's such a powerhouse ship. It's a power play. Whenever I play this ship, I feel like a powerhouse. Like I'm playing a power move or something. I know that's such a nice ship to play for me. I never had issues with the ship. I know a lot of people who say they have issues with that Anhalt in operations. I don't see that. Most of my games in the Anhalt, I do the top score. And I hit the top frag. It's just so a power play ship. It's just a nice ship to play. And there are downsides. Yeah, you got no hydro, but damn. It's also a little bit like this ship has. Sometimes you have a weird spread on your shells. Yeah, that's fine. I have no issue with that. It's not. It is a very fine ship to play. I like it. It's such a fun ship to play. It's very powerful. You have decent AA, no really good AA, you have decent enough operations, but not good enough, I would say. Although I did shoot down 30 planes in this match, so the tops are 6 kilometers, and they're only single launch. So yes, there is that, and yeah. No hydro, which can be tough sometimes. Only sometimes though, not too often. And Anhalt for me is, yeah, you don't build second. I don't put Lucius on her because Lucius for me is secondary build, and I have, yeah, like I said before, Anhalt is not secondary build, so Anhalt is main gun build. So I do not put Lucius on her. Anhalt is a yeah, I really like the ship. It's such a nice ship to play. It's yeah, I deal a lot of damage on the ship, usually sometimes around 200k. This match I did not, but that's fine. Can't be lucky all the time. I did manage to get the top score though on this again, so yeah. I did most damage. I did the most damage. I was the more influenced guy on this operation, and that's my Anhalt really. Anhalt is such an influential ship. Yeah, it's fun. I don't know if it's obtainable right now because Wargaming does this stuff with the rotation, that some ships are removed and put back in later, and new other ships get put in for a time being. I don't know if Anhalt is available. I don't know, but if she is, then yes, I would get her for operations because it's such a good ship to play, and I don't know. People talk to me like I'm insane, and Anhalt is a bad ship, and it's not good for operations and not good for anything at all. They say like Anhalt is the worst ship of the game. It's not really the worst ship of the game, but they can't make her work. Yeah, that's on you. Tough, but that's on you. If you can make Anhalt work, I don't know what you're doing, but she's so easy for me. She's so easy ship for me to work. Such a nice ship, such an influential ship on operations as well. Yeah, it's a good ship, and I like her. And yeah, she's. I had some good matches in her. Sometimes I have bad matches in her. Not bad, but sometimes we lose. Yeah, that happens in operations. Sometimes you lose. It's a power play ship for me. It's just a power move. You know, you get a lot of damage with the AC shells, you get a lot with the AP shells, you can citadel left and right sometimes. It was never a big bad ship for me, it never was. So yeah, that was my most 5 premium ships played in operations. I will do one as well for aircraft carriers, but that's in the near future, like in a few weeks or so, because I'm also trying to schedule a new live stream. One about World of Warships and one about another game. World of Warships though is going to be submarine operations, so not everyone's cup of tea, but I like submarine operations. I play them very well in operations. And premium aircraft carriers is going to be done sooner, and I'm also going for the top 5 most played Tech 3 ships for operations that are very nice to use. So yeah, be on the lookout for that one as well in a few weeks or days, I would say, depending on my sleep schedule. My sleep schedule is a bit messed up as of right now, but yeah, stay tuned for that. And let me know what your most 5 top ship, I can't really speak, I'm tired. What your most 5 ships played, My English isn't English. What your most played ships are in the operations. That was difficult to articulate. In my brain it sounds different than in I would try. My brain was working overtime on that one. I'm sorry for that. So yeah, this was my most 5 played ships in premium ships in operations. Stay tuned for the next one.